Okay. Welcome everyone to our 22nd Town Council recurring meeting. For today's meeting, we'll look at our current town IPs, give a brief heads up regarding elections, and round off with some open discussion and Q&A. Firstly, however, let's start with an overview of the Town Council and the purpose of these recurring meetings. These recurring meetings serve 5 critical functions. They provide transparency to our community. They create a structured forum for proposal discussions, enabling authors to present to the council and community and to discuss, debate, and refine for formal proposal and voting with consensus. They enable regular platform updates. They ensure consistent communication amongst council members. And finally, they allow direct community engagement through question and answer sessions. The Town Council is a local governance organisation within the Telcoin platform. Together, we serve as a provider and administrator of collective goods and services within the jurisdictional domain of the Telcoin Application Network, or TAN. The TAN Council, with our 6 members, makes decisions related to TAN improvements and policies through the TAN IP process. We need 5 out of 6 votes to approve proposals within a 120-hour voting period. Our primary duties are to, firstly, allocate TEL issuance on TAN for stakers and developers to harvest, and secondly, plan and finance the development of the Telcoin Application Network. Our key responsibilities include reviewing and voting on snapshot proposals, attending these bi-weekly meetings, providing regular community updates, monitoring TAN systems, and enforcing operational rules. We use Discord and Slack for day-to-day communication, a forum for informal proposal discussions, these recurring council meetings for proposal discussions, deliberation and refinement, and snapshot for formal voting. Overall, the TAN Council has authority over miner harvesting and planning and financing TAN infrastructure. So, I see Liberty's joined us. Liberty, if you want to take over, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I can keep going.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
No, you're good.
All right.
We're just going to talk about the report a bit. Yeah.
So we're talking about Leo's report.
Our report. Yeah.
Action recap items. The Telcoin Association TAM Council has released the full findings of the recommendations of the TAN IP1 program, providing insight on its performance, remedies for issuance discrepancies, and a path toward a more sustainable incentive model. Read the full report below. The council recommends implementing a trading fee rebate program as a simple, transparent mechanism to maintain active participation across the Telcoin application network while the next incentive framework is finalized. Rewards program. MVP and rewards program postponed until after elections and new website revamp. Submissions are now closed November 5th at 4 p.m. Central Time through November 12th. Community members will vote for candidates using Snapshot. Voters can change their votes during this time, but all votes are final when the voting period ends. November 12th at 4 p.m. Central Time, results. Voting will close and results will be immediately available. At this time, we are opening the floor for questions. Any additional questions or discussion points, this is your opportunity to raise anything we haven't covered today. I also want to encourage everyone to continue these conversations in our Discord channels and on the forum between meetings. Some of our best insights come from those ongoing discussions, and it helps us come to these meetings better prepared for decision making. Are there any questions or points that want to be addressed at this time? Anybody?
Yeah, last Friday. just under a week ago.
Right.
I popped the link in the chat on this call, so it's posted to the forum there for everyone to read. And yeah, I think it basically just sums up the 10IP1, kind of our learnings from it, and goes into some data analysis, basically a summary of a lot of the stuff we've been discussing on these calls over the last few months. A lot of it has been 10IP1 focused, so give that a read if you haven't already. But basically, it was interesting kind of for the first time to get it all down on paper and look at the essentially knock-on effects of running that program and how the kind of key metrics that we saw changed once we stopped the program. So because we still have the script, we can still run that. So it was interesting just to see kind of 2, 3, 4 weeks after stopping 10IP1 or pausing it. It was, I don't remember off the top of my head, but we saw volume drop significantly, which I guess is understandable. But we actually didn't see the number of users drop very much, which was actually kind of surprising. So very similar number of users, I think very similar number of new users. So that kind of implied a bit of a kind of churn in the user base from week to week. But those users who were active were trading much less, which I guess makes sense. They weren't as incentivized to do so. It kind of suggests that on this scale, though, it wasn't really driving that kind of uptake we were initially expecting and hoping for. Seemed, yeah, not many new wallets were being created each week. So kind of trying to think about how we can improve that in the future. I think messaging was a big one, and there were certain upticks in some of those metrics when we put in more effort into kind of getting the word out, but I think we need to do that on a large scale. I think we also concluded that it's very likely that this would work well at larger scale, and when we have more kind of organic, quote unquote, organic users, rebate users would be a big part of that, basically. Oh, sorry, not rebate, but remittance users would be a big part of that. Yeah, there was, and then kind of finally there was, it seemed like a lot of kind of mercenary capital in the system. So people almost trying to game the system, trying to make a quick buck, which was, yeah, there you go. Speculative capital seeking short-term returns is how we defined mercenary. And that's kind of shown in the data where basically the amount of fees people were paying was just slightly under how much was on offer each week, which kind of seems a bit suspicious, basically. So I think we can draw the conclusion that there was some mercenary capital kind of floating around. And basically to kind of curb that a bit, we are now thinking of reinstating 10IP1, but more as a rebate scheme, basically. So you have the opportunity to earn up to the amount of TEL issuance that you pay in fees each week. So basically nothing to be gained from wildly outsized volumes being created. And yeah, I think that's about it. So maybe you don't even need to go and read it anymore, but it is there. Would love to kind of hear people's thoughts on it, and yeah, any suggestions, any feedback is more than welcome.
Yeah, just to expand on that also, I think this would essentially just help basically cover some of the rebate for the trading fee. So, Leo, this is the distribution would be the same as we did before, right? It'd be a weekly airdrop, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
All the same kind of terms. There's just one added cap, essentially, it comes down to, which is if under the old regime you'd have earned an amount higher than the amount you spent in fees. In this updated one, you'd just earn the amount you spent in fees. Basically, that would be the new
So
catch.
you're not, caps you so
Yeah.
you're not earning more than you actually spent. So.
Yeah, but as I say, we think that it could work at scale. So once there is more activity on chain and once there's kind of more organic desire, we could very well see ourselves re-implementing 10IP1 as we had it up till now. Ty, you have a question?
Yeah, hi guys. So the mechanics will be different because there won't be a fixed amount each week ready to be distributed. It will be a variable amount based on the rebates of usage. So maybe it's worth actually wrapping all that together into a 10IP2 or 3 or whatever it is, rather than trying to carry forward the concepts of 10IP1, because it will be different. You know, there won't be a fixed amount each week being divvied up by the number of users. It'll purely be a rebate system, so the amount will be variable. If you had a fixed amount, then it raises the question, well, what happens to the balance that was left unairdropped? So I think the whole mechanics change with the outcome of this report, and I think it's worth wrapping that all together in a separate proposal, just so it's clear and there's no confusion.
We're not planning to have a variable rate, although I think where you're coming from is that it's more likely that we will, but we'll still be issuing up to. It will still be kind of competitive, but it will be up to 3.2 mil.
Yeah, it'll be capped at that, but it won't be. It'll only be the people that have traded will only get a rebate on their fees. There'll be no divvying up of a fixed amount. So the amount that's being airdropped every week will be variable. That's what I'm saying, because that will be driven by the usage.
Yeah. The whole 3.2 isn't going to be distributed, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's kind of, I don't want to speak for Leo, but I think that's kind of what we've discussed internally is that's, yes, there will be another, not another, but a supplemental proposal for when we push this to vote or whatever else. Just trying to wait a little while, I think.
It's not really a shoehorning. It does, the current system does lend itself to just be adapted slightly and turn it more into a rebate system, basically. I think I would expect, that we would get the issuances would be much less than 3.2 mil a week, just based on the numbers we've been seeing.
Look at the I think there was a frequency statistic we used to run where how much of the traders overall the delta of fees were covered, whether that was 1.1, 1.0, right? 1.0 is 100% covered. And for the 99%, 95% of traders, we were very close in the old system to where it was being covered, right? So
Yeah, but that was, sorry, Derek, but that was because there was a load of wash trading and the trading fees were inflated. So now this system prevents wash trading. There won't be the same level of fees each week going out as rebates.
And that's right, and that's by design, right? We don't want, again, at scale, and Leo can correct me if I'm correct here, but at scale, the idea is that we want to make sure the delta of what's being distributed is even across the board. And again, this is like Leo said, once we're up to scale with the network live and lots of transactions, this will likely be revisited. This is more of a this is the findings, this is how we move forward. Still make sure that the community is getting some incentive for their trading here, right? So.
Boo's asked a good question, which is, based on recent weeks, have we calculated how much in fee rebates would be returned out of the 3.2 million TEL? So in periods 29 to 32, they were doing about 500k TEL in fees. So it would be around about that amount. Yeah.
Yeah, if the volume was the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So like if we took out the extra issuance, right, that was happening.
So these are
just the fee amount, yeah.
These are the periods after we paused 10IP1. So it went to about 500k TEL in fees a week. Now with a rebate, that might up it a bit, but it won't be taking it back up to the roughly 3 mil in fees we were seeing.
Right. And to answer your, I think, Ty, where you were going, that would still, any amount that's not, it would do what it's doing now. It would stay in the safe bank and be ready for distribution at a later time, essentially. You know, this is all meant to be a transitional program while the network's going live. It's that, but yeah, I'm tracking with what you're saying. And that'll be outlined fully when we do a vote.
Yeah, so basically the 3.2 mil cap will remain, but it's kind of unlikely to be broken at this point. So it's, yeah, you probably won't even notice the cap, essentially.
No.
Is the
I
thinking,
think
yeah.
the idea was just to make sure that that the community there was some incentive, right, for trading, right? There was some incentive for we saw a big volume trade off, and no, even when you take out the wash trading, right, there's still a dip in trading volume. So the idea is by giving back some of the fees that you're spending to trade on the system, it theoretically becomes cheaper than like doing a swap on any other DeFi, right? Where you're still paying, again, theoretically, some gas fees or whatever else. So the idea is try to make it more competitive and to get people to say, okay, well, I'll just do it here versus another DeFi swap wallet.
I guess actually as well, as long as the total fees each week are below 3.2 mil, everyone will be getting fully rebate.
Correct. Yep. And if you go back and look at the 32 weeks of data and take out the referral multiplier, we never would have hit that total. Maybe 1 week, but I don't think we ever were in jeopardy of encroaching on that. So really, everybody's
except you're still capped by the amount of rewards you've already received. So these people that were wash trading that had huge stakes, they will have to maintain that level of stake to get any rebates at all, because there's still the personal cap on rewards can't exceed the amount anybody's got staked.
True, yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, good point. Yep, so that lifetime issuance cap is still in place. So you can't, if you've, let's say, had 1 million TEL and you've earned 1 million TEL, you have 1 million TEL staked and you've already earned 1 million TEL in rebates, then you're not going to get, you're capped. You're not going to receive any more rebates. So you would have to stake more in order to earn more those rebate rewards. Yeah, that's a good idea, Boo. I think kind of extrapolating on what Andrew had put together in the past, him and I actually talked a little bit about that offline in regards to his wallet sheet that he sent out. It's definitely some statistics behind the volume and things of that nature. I think the long-term idea, again, when you talk about ecosystem, is to have that available to see in some sort of a dashboard. But again, that's as we do everything and spin things up, we have to focus on what things look like at scale. And I think that's the idea behind all of this is okay, this is the now plan, but then when things go to scale, we will reevaluate further because we want to ensure that we're whatever we do is a scalable program, right? And a competitive one. So we want people to stake more and use the app more in the ecosystem. So.
Yeah, the 0.875% fee is mad on MetaMask.
Yeah, yeah, MetaMask is high. I mean, depending on what chain you're swapping on Uniswap, it's can get up there also. So I mean, again, this is from a pure, just a cost perspective. It would make us more competitive than other wallets that you're not getting free swap fees on. So I think that's kind of the shtick right there, right? Is that it's easy to market that, or not even necessarily market it, but just share it. And I think that would hopefully drive some more volume as we move into the next phase over the 500K. I think we'll see. That's going to be the good test now that it's not going to be diluted necessarily, quote unquote, by wash trading. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. Exciting times. Should we do a bit on, does anyone have any more questions about that report actually? Or I was going to say, should we have a little run through of elections stuff?
There are none in the chat, but if any come through, I will. Wait, nope, there's none in the chat. Just Dally telling me I need a new microphone. So that's nice. No, none in the chat, and we can move on to talk a little election.
Solid. Just checking out the Telcoin hub for all your election needs. What do we have? Yeah, basically elections are live, so that's exciting. So go and vote, please. We can put the voting pages in the chat. We've got a pretty stellar lineup for these next elections, so it's pretty exciting. And of course, some of the seats will be represented by the TAO, but those can be filled at any time through liquid delegations, so it's not too late. If you want to get involved, can get you involved shortly after the elections via the liquid delegation process. Matthew, you have a question?
I've seen the question asked in a number of different places. I haven't seen the answer yet, but I may have missed it. Did we get an answer of the number of votes that we need to meet quorum? I know it's 20% of the thing, but what's the number? Did we see that yet?
Yeah, so I've done the calculations for the stakers. I need to do it for the Liquidity Miner still, but I should have that tomorrow. Basically, for the stakers, the total staked at the time of the election snapshot last night or yesterday was 3.964 billion tel. And then the total delegated is 1.65 billion. So basically, we have 41.6% of the total tel staked has been delegated. So to reach quorum, which is 20% of the total stakers, we basically need more or less like one out of every two tel that is delegated to vote. So if that makes sense.
It does. Okay, great.
Cool. Perfect. And then liquidity miners, yeah, I'll run the numbers tomorrow. I'm most of the way there with the script. I'm just having to update it with the Uniswap v4 stuff. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that front. So that will be 20% of all of the staked liquidity. So staked, or now that we have Uniswap v4 subscribed. So yeah,
we only have about 300, just under 350 million Telcoin that's voted. So get out there and vote more.
That's on the stakers, yeah.
Oh,
so we
yep,
need
stankers.
So we need what is it now? Hang on. That is, we need 792 mil TEL voted, used to vote. So
Total, right?
yeah.
And
So we're a bit under halfway to quorum on the stakers.
How many voters have? There's been 24 votes already.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. 24 votes.
All right.
24 votes. So you can, you can go in here and look, but there's a lot of bigger wallets that haven't voted yet. It looks like, so.
Yeah.
There are dozens of us. Dozens of us.
I'm sure a lot of them will be like last minute ones too, just to keep it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't get too discouraged. There was a flurry of activity in the last 12 hours last time as well. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, this is, if you look at the pace, I went back and looked, like, we're way ahead of pace compared to last time. So it's
great.
And more votes and way more votes and way more TEL power, staking or voting power used. So that's positive, right?
For reference, when we had the last stakers liquid delegation back in March, we had 2.6 billion staked. Now we have 3.9 billion, and we had 160 million delegated, and now we have 1.6 billion delegated. So around about 2x, 2x what we were in March.
There too. So we're already, we're pacing really well. So it's good.
Yeah.
Please get out there, vote. If you need help, reach out to a council member. We're happy to assist. It's really it's a lot more daunting. It seems a lot more daunting than it actually is. It's very, very straightforward.
We got any more questions or anything like that, Derek? Do you see anything on social media side?
Checking now. Nope. Cody's in the chat too, so hey, Cody to him.
Cody.
Excited to have you put your application in. Excited for that. Nope. The only thing I wanted to say to those of you guys that are not rerunning, just wanted to publicly just say thank you for all the work you guys have put in. I haven't been here the whole time, but I really appreciate laying the groundwork. It's now looking at only a few months into this. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of planning and a lot of ground up building. You guys kind of the first wave have laid kind of the groundwork for that. So just wanted to say thank you for your time.
I appreciate it, dude. Hey, it's been a learning process, but you know what? It's been fun. Honest to God, it's been a learning curve, but man, it's been fun working with everybody. Everybody's awesome. If anybody's on the fence about, signing up, next year, I know this year it's a little bit late this year, but next year, if you're on the fence about
We've always got liquid delegation. There's still hope.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I mean, it's been a great experience for me personally. So I encourage everybody to do it. And if you're that interested, but I appreciate what all you guys do, because I see it from behind the scenes and I know people are working their asses off.
It's been great having you, Liberty. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
If we have Cody nearby, should we get him does he want to do a little intro or?
I saw him watching on YouTube. I don't know if I didn't send him the message. I should have. I should have sent him the link. So I apologize for that. Cody, if you're still around, I can send you the link if you want to pop in and just say hello. But I'm sorry for not sending that. It's my fault. I'll send it to you anyways, just in case.
I'm excited to see Cody getting back into the whole focus of Telcoin. I know he just started up with Block, his new company, but peak Cody Telcoin Deegan is great for the community.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to experiencing it. What's up, Dave?
Dave wants to. Yep.
I just shot him the Cody. If you're still in, I just shot the link invite in Telegram. If you don't have to join them, just
Hey, can you get me?
Yeah.
I just couldn't talk when you guys were talking earlier about the rewards. Just another thing too, like if you said the average weekly rewards was 500,000 tel, I mean, you didn't have to do it all the time, but just another idea too of maybe like a certain promotion or whatnot. I mean, you could not only pay for those fees, but give it 100% basically whatever those fees were, another reward of that same exact amount on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's only 500,000, we still have up to that 3.2 technically. Not that you just want to keep giving it away for nothing, but you could double those rewards. Like 1 week, hey, double rewards this week, so it'll pay the fees and you get that reward on top of it, and you're still technically at only $1 million. Yes, it would raise up, it might draw some more people, but just to entice people a little bit more.
Right.
Because that 500,000 tel was split between how many people. So, I mean, I know like there are weeks I got, 3,000 tel. Not that 6,000 is going to make me jump out of my seat, but it would help if I knew I was going to get a little more.
True, yeah, good point. We'll definitely consider that. Little like lottery bonus style situation.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it double for the whole run, but just, like I said, promotion this week, double your points, trade on the app this week.
Yeah, it looks like Cody was able to join us. So thanks, Cody.
Awesome.
If you have a minute and just want to introduce yourself, we'd love it.
Yeah, sure thing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. I saw that you guys were live. I was like, you know what? I might as well join. I got a couple things going on in a bit, but I was like, I can't miss it. I got to see what these guys are talking about. So yeah, just a little backstory. My name's Cody Kuhn, and yeah, I've been a avid supporter of Telcoin since 2017, end of 2017 when they listed on KuCoin. And yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. Ups and downs, but the community's, solid. And I think the idea is solid. It's been solid since the beginning. And so just seeing the changing of hands and kind of seeing what Paul and Parker and things like that in the team, and you guys are obviously playing a pivotal role as well. It's just like, it's night and day since the beginning, to be honest with you. And so I'm just some dude that started talking, trying to educate people on, just blockchain, crypto education, came across Telcoin, just kept talking and talking, regardless of, things were good, things were bad. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at today. And it's shown me that you can, make a career just by talking about the things that you love to do. So I highly encourage every single one of you to, if you're not, active on social media, please just do it, regardless if you get something out of it. It's always great. You meet a lot of great people like yourselves. And so, yeah, I look forward to, the voting. Obviously it's going on right now. Hopefully quorum is hit. I think you guys said like 700 million or something like that. And so, yeah, I'm super excited.
Happy to have you. Thanks for jumping in. Really appreciate it.
Cody, love seeing your face around here, man.
Yeah, hopefully more of it too, man. Yeah, no, I just took some time for a bit after the whole DFX stuff, and it focused on self, family a little bit, and so I'm glad you guys are still plugging away and carrying the torch, honestly.
Well, dude, your passion for Telcoin and for DFX, like you kind of inspire a lot of the community members to focus in more on crypto in general and these projects and DeFi. So I'm excited to see what impact you bring, because you've already brought in so much impact to the community. So I'm glad you're throwing your name in the gauntlet, and yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what you guys do this next year.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, if I can inspire one person, that's awesome. Just yeah, I think that we're at a pivotal moment. I think that everyone that is involved as of right now, even people that come in, trickle in and things like that, not even from a monetary perspective, but just like gaining insight into just everything that's going on, right? I wasn't around for the .com bubble or things like that, but this is one of those moments to where, it's your opportunity to really shine and put yourself out there in this ever-growing space. So yeah, I might be think there was like an expression they used before. It's like, everyone has like a hidden talent and things like that. And so, I might be a good flute player, but I've never picked up a flute. And it's like, you guys might be the best influencers out there. You just maybe never took the step of posting that first thread. And so I can't encourage it enough. Just to take risk, whenever it's there, do it.
Well said.
All right. Well, this community.
Liberty.
Yeah.
5 kids?
Who, me? No, I ain't got 5 kids. I have 2.
Liberty.
Yeah, I got 4. We're expecting our 5th now.
Oh shit! Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it's yeah.
A lot.
Congratulations. Is that why you're not reapplying?
It's part of it. It's part of it. It's gonna be between school, soccer, volleyball, baseball. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. And this is kind of adding to it. And I just know that I'm not going to be able to give my time to Telcoin as much as it deserves for this position. So, and I know somebody else out there is going to be able to far exceed whatever I could have done for it. So I'm just looking forward to the next group coming in. And yeah, I've got my hands full. So, but I'm still going to be around. This is my, I'm very much invested in the Telcoin, not just financially, but this is where my heart's at. So
Appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
Yep, absolutely.
Congratulations. After 3, it's all downhill. Just remember that. It's okay.
Yeah, you bite your tongue.
All right. I don't have any other questions in the chat. We're good to wrap up.
All right. This has been brought to you by Telcoin Community Hub, your central hub for token data, updates, governance, and community resources. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything. We'll see you guys. See you guys out there.
Later.